Good morning. This is Black Crow walking from Australia, bringing you a study of A Course of Love by Mari Perron. Today we are up to chapter 8, verse 22. Although you cannot observe it, you'll become aware of how the past walks through your days with you, and the future too. Both are companions who for a little while are welcome distractions. Both are companions who for a little while are welcome distractions, but are loath to leave you when you would have them gone. Where lives this past and future? Where does day go when it is night? What are you to make of all these forms that wander through your days with you? What is it really that you are observing day in and day out? These are good questions. Where did yesterday go? And what will tomorrow bring? And does it matter? Do they need to be here now? No, that's not where the energy is. And yet we bring the past with us wherever we go, and we dump it on this situation whenever something triggers us. What would it be like for you to just totally be present now? Without all that baggage, without all the things that happened in the past or the worry of the future. Just being present. And what is the present bringing you? That's the important thing, because that's the only place there's any energy. Let yourself be here, without that baggage, without that luggage, without dragging yesterday with you. What is it really that you are observing? At the moment, I'm observing myself on the screen, and I'm going to cough. Excuse me. And I have a teddy bear sitting next to me on my bed. Hello, he's Ted. That's all that's relative right now. I wish I had future. I wish I had a cup of tea or coffee sitting next to me that I could sip, but I haven't. That's the future, and it's not relevant for now. This is your reenactment of creation, begun each morning and completed each night. You are creating today. Each day is your creation held together by the thought system that gave it birth. What are you thinking? How would you like today to go? You are the divine master of this day, and self-mastery is being able to make the day what it is for you. Creator. You've been designed as a co-creator with God, or with love, or with whatever you want to call it. That's your design. You're created that way, to create. It's like each cell in your body recreates itself. That's what you're doing every morning when you wake up. You're recreating yourself and your self's experience. Each day is your creation held together by the thought system that gave it birth. What are you thinking? Be careful what you think. You are creating through your thoughts. If you're having negative thoughts, then you're creating from that place. That's why every morning when I wake up, I join my mind with the mind of love. I join my heart with the heart of love. I join my body. I join my will with the will of love. And my body aligns with that. To observe this is to see reality. To see reality is to see the image of God you have created in God's likeness. Have you done that? Have you made an image of God for yourself? And what does that look like? And why is it there? And how did you get there? Who put that thought in your head? Where is it coming from? What is God? God is simply love. And love takes many forms of expression. Everything that you look at is love. Everything that has energy in it is love. It may be camouflaging the love and putting out a personality that's out of sorts or out of alignment with love. And we can so easily do that. Our personality and our egoic mind has a field day playing in that game. But underneath that personality and underneath that acting out is love. And the more you give yourself love, the more you will express it in your very actions in the world, in your getting up and experiencing the day, in your joy of the new day, the new opportunity and adventure to create. Beloved, you are the divine creator of every moment of your life, and you are responsible for that. And your reactions, your responses, I like to think that I'm in response rather than reaction, because reaction comes from the pain body. My response to what is happening in my day, that just is. I can't change it, it's already happening. Anything that I'm struggling against and am in resistance to is not creating, is it? What can you create when you find resistance is suddenly rising up in you? What can you create? First of all, acceptance. Create acceptance. This is already happening. I can't change it. It's already here. And what's this next moment going to bring? And what's this next moment going to bring? This is who you are, beloved. You're the creator of your moments. Each day is your creation held together by the thought system that gave it birth. To observe this is to see reality. To see this reality is to see the image of God. You have created in God's likeness. This image is based on your memory of the truth of God's creation and your desire to create like your Father. They're using the word Father here as a Godhead or as love, the ultimate. I'll just read it again. To observe this is to see its reality. To see this reality is to see the image of God that you have created in God's likeness. This image is based on your memory of the truth of God's creation and your desire to create like your Father. It is the best in your forgetfulness that you could do, but still it tells you much. Everything is held together by the thought system that gave birth to it. There are but two thought systems, the thought system of God or the thought system of love, and the thought system of the ego or the separated self. Here we go. This is the guts of it. The thought system of the separated self sees everything in separation. The thought system of God or love sees everything in unity. God's thought system is one of continuous creation, rebirth, and renewal. The ego thought system is one of continuous destruction and disassembly, of decay and death. And yet how like they are one to the other. It's big, isn't it? So love creates everything from unity. Everything in unity. That's why I join my mind with the mind of love, so that my creation is from love and is of love and is love. But if I'm trying to struggle and create my life from my thought system, which is often in judgment and opinions about things, although for me at the moment I'm working on it. I love to say I'm conquered it, but I can't say that. But I will say that one day, that I no longer have opinions and judgments about everything. That would be bliss for me. And yet the programming and patterning, excuse me, of the learned being that is inside my head, the egoic mind, still tries to control through judgment and opinions. I don't take too much notice of it these days, but I do occasionally find myself in that situation. And when I find myself in there, I realise that I'm separated from the other person. And that separation is the intent of the ego, of the egoic mind. It's a system that is destructive and disassembling of decay and death. And yet, how like they are one to another. How like to memory is it to think a thing remembered in every smallest detail, and yet to have no idea what the memory is about. All memory is twisted and distorted by what you would have it be. Listen to that. We think we remember, and yet when they do that thing where they show someone or tell someone something and they have a memory of it, but it's somehow distorted by what I want it to be, what you want it to be, what we want it to be. Flavoured by everything that has happened in our past, by our learnt behaviour, by our learnt this is how things should be. So the memory has no idea about it, really. So I'm going to read that bit again because I think that's really important. And I know this is a long session today, but I think it's worth going into it. How like to memory it is to think a thing remembered in every smallest details, and yet to have no idea what the memory is about. We have memory in our body cells, don't we? Sometimes we lock our memories up in our body and we become sick there. I know whenever I have a massage behind my knees, above and behind the knees, there's always this soft spot. I've no idea what that's about, but I know I've locked a memory in there. All memory is twisted and distorted by what you would have it be. Hear that? That's so important. When someone asks you to remember something, you're going to flavour it. You're going to add tomato sauce to it. Everyone can think of at least one long remembered incident that, when given to the light of truth, revealed a lie of outlandish proportions. These are the memories of loved ones you were sure were trying to hurt you, when in truth they were only trying to help. The memories of situations you deemed meant to embarrass or destroy you, that were in truth meant to teach you what you needed to learn to lead you to success, to the success you now enjoy. Thus, your memory of God's creation is a memory you retain to the smallest detail, and yet the details mask the truth so thoroughly that all truth is given over to illusion. Wow. I think we'll leave it there. We're nearly at the end of the chapter. We've got 3 verses to go. I'm pretty keen to keep going, but I'm not going to. I think that's enough for us to take in today. So I'm going to read that last verse one more time so that you can sit with it today and see where it's going for you. This memory of God's creation is a memory you retain to the smallest detail, and yet the details mask the truth so thoroughly that all truth is given over to illusion. Why is that? It's because, beloved, we flavour everything with our past learnings. We flavour everything with what we've been trained to learn. Trained the brain to learn. You must learn this. Right from the day you were born, you must learn this. And how ridiculous is it that we have a system that is constantly programming us into illusion? And our ego mind loves it. It loves the separation. It loves seeing ourselves as individuals, as this is me and that is you, and not seeing us as a unity, not seeing us as an expression of God's love on the earth, not seeing us as love. And every single thing in the world that has energy is love. Yet the egoic mind keeps us locked in separation that would individualize us and keep us apart from each other. You are never alone, beloved. Everything is experiencing this world with you. I love you. Until tomorrow. Let's create today the way we want it. Bye for now.